we were busy chatting away and didn't realise that the timer had run out. So thank you very much for joining us. Let us know if you can hear us and can see us, and welcome to a 4-player tutorial and playthrough and review of Atiwa. This is the new Uwe Rosenberg game that came out at Essen Spiel last year. Thank you very much to Lookout Games for passing me a copy of this. This is my second game of it. You three have not played before, although just before going live, we've played, what did we play? 3 rounds? 3 rounds of a practice game, which reminded me how to play. Robert has not played, but has read the rules. And you two made a million mistakes. But now you know what mistakes to avoid.
Some of them.
AV is good. Excellent. Thank you very much. So this is not a sponsored video. Welcome to another Friday day of gaming at Gaming Rules HQ. This video is not sponsored in any way. So although I was given a review copy of the game from the publisher, wasn't paid anything to create this video. These videos are only possible through the support of the Patreon campaign. So a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel and allowing me to create things like this. Also, because it's not a sponsored playthrough, we may make some mistakes. Now, if you spot anything, if you're watching this live, if you spot that we miss anything, please let me know. Rules-wise, we're not going to make any mistakes because Sabine is here from Lookout Games. She's going to make sure we play correctly. Rules-wise, I don't think we're going to make any mistakes. We might miss a little thing during the game. Not sure. We're all ready to start. So for those people who don't know, Atiwa is... The Atiwa Range is a region of southeastern Ghana in Africa, consisting of steep-sided hills with rather flat summits. I'm not going to read all of this, but basically, we are developing a small community near the Atiwa Range, creating housing for new families, sharing our newly gained knowledge on the negative effects of mining and the importance that the fruit bats have for the environment. One thing that I really like about Uwe Rosenberg is that he does quite a lot of research into his game. So although this might look like just an abstract game about getting resources and things like that, there's a thematic explanation for everything in this game. So if you don't know this game and you're watching us and we're training families and we're sending bats out into the night and we're converting, fruit into trees and things like that, there is a thematic explanation for all of this. And there's a little booklet that comes with the game, wherever I put it, that does explain all of that background. So that's quite nice. We're just going to jump in. We're playing over 7 rounds. We're trying to get as many victory points as we can. We count the victory points at the end of the game. And we need to decide who is the start player. Right. How should we do this? Robert. Picking the start player. Start player is either red or yellow. Rob. Start player is red. You're the start player. There you go. There you go. Right, so a very quick overview. We'll explain more of the rules as we go along. But the game is divided into 7 rounds. Those 7 rounds are tracked on here. So these are action tiles. These were placed randomly at the start of the game. This is round 1. And then when we go to round 2, this moves to here. All of these are action spaces on the board. And what we do is we have a worker placement phase. We all have 3 workers. And starting with Rob, Rob will place his worker on one of the spaces, do the action, then Peter, then me, then Robert, etc., etc. We'll go around the table 3 times because we've got 3 workers each performing these actions. What then happens is there is a maintenance phase. Now, understanding the maintenance phase is the key for the game, but there are 7 steps to it, and we'll explain more about these when we get there. But essentially, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be gaining things from your own personal board. And if I press this button here, this is my personal board. This is all of my potential wild animals, my trees, my fruit, my families, my goats, and everybody has their own board. So whenever in the game that you gain wild animals, trees, fruit, families, or goats, you don't just gain them from the supply, you actually remove them from your supply board, and you have to place them somewhere in your area. Start of the game, we all start with a village, which is just 1 card here, and the icons here tell you what different things can go on those spaces. But as the game goes on, we will be getting extra cards, we will be growing our area, etc., etc., and it gives us more place to store stuff. And that stuff comes from here and goes to here. Now, the reason why you want to be doing that is because in the maintenance step, in step 2, is the more wild animals that you have, the more trees you get. The more trees you get, the more fruit you get, and the more fruit you have, the more bats that you have. So you want to be removing them from the board in order to get more stuff. But also, if you see these little numbers on here, this is victory points at the end of the game. So the more things you remove, the more points you get at the end of the game. And to remove them, you need the space. That's a very, very rough overview. It's an Uwe Rosenberg game, which means you've got to feed your people. So the more families you have, the more food you need. You can kill animals. You can milk the goats for milk. You can eat fruit. You can also buy pizza from the guy next door with gold. It's probably not pizza. I probably made that bit up. But you can do that. And there is also breeding. So breeding happens at the end of each round as well, which is quite different from other Uwe Rosenberg games. Then the workers come home, and then we go again. So that's a very rough overview. As I say, we'll explain a bit more as we go along. And if you spot that we're doing anything wrong, please point it out. But we're in round 1. And just so we know, we're going to have a look at this. This tells you what is required for the breeding, which is going to happen at the end of this round. Now, what this means is if you have 2 families, you will gain 1 extra family. Sorry, if you have 2 or more families, you will gain 1 extra family. If you have 1 or more fruit bat, you will gain 1 extra fruit bat. And if you have 1 or more wild animals, you'll get an extra wild animal. This changes every round. So when we get to round 2, this is the breeding requirement. Round 3, breeding requirement, etc., etc. Now, you don't have to memorize them. Each player gets one of these player reference cards, which tells you what the breeding is in all of the rounds. And once you've played the game a few times, you will get to know this. But that's the breeding for round 1. We'll explain the actions as we do them. So, Rob, you're now an expert at the game, having played 3 rounds. Off you go. Which action do you want to do?
Compensation.
Oh, compensation.
Second player gets a bat.
Second player gets a bat. Third player gets a wild animal. Fourth player gets a goat. So I'm actually just going to show you my player board here. So this wild animal here, it can only go on this space here, because this space shows a wild animal icon, and you can only put things on the spaces that match the icon, except for the blank spaces. A blank space can have anything, but there has to be something already on the tile. So I'm going to put the wild animal there. That means this blank space can now have either a family or a wild animal, but I can't put a bat there because there isn't a bat already there. So that's how the blank spaces work. So when I start the game, because I'm third player,
I don't think you can put a family.
Sorry, you can't put a family there because family needs a house.
A house, yeah.
Family needs a house. Okay. Right. So first action in the game is
I'm going to go here.
Okay. So we'll explain this space. All of the iconography, once you understand it, is all fairly clear. But this is basically gain an extra family, as long as you have a house to put them in, and train a family. So one of the things in this game is that you can do is the families are miners. And they're going to go out and they're going to mine for gold, but that causes pollution because there's all sorts of toxic chemicals and everything else. But what you can do is you can train them. When you train them, you flip them over. And they train not only to stop causing pollution, but they learn how to live with the fruit bats and how to understand the ecology of the fruit bats. And basically what you do is you flip the family over to the other side, and that family can now have a bat stored on it.
They stop eating the fruit bats.
And they stop eating the fruit bats as well. Untrained families can eat the fruit bats, but trained families cannot. Right, Peter's gone to this space here. So these 4 spaces at the top, they all get you something. So this one gets a wild animal, but you also get the terrain card at the top. So we have a deck of terrain cards here. They're shuffled. 4 of them are dealt out at random. Every single one of them is unique, and they all have different icons on them representing different types of resources and things that you can store on those spaces. So you've taken a thicket.
Yep.
And you've also got a wild
I've
animal.
got my wild animal who goes on that little wild animal space.
Yep. Right. I definitely want one of those spaces up there as well. So I think I'm going to take... Now, do I take another forest? I think I do. I think I'm going to go here. So I'm going to get the Boab forest. Baobab forest. And I'm going to get a bat. So the bat's going to go here. Now, let me show you my area. So you can have a possible of 4 columns of cards. And you can have as many rows as you want. This is one of the common mistakes that people make in the game. Because the rule book shows 2 rows. You can actually have as many rows as you want. You can only have 4 columns. Every card that you take has to be placed orthogonally adjacent to another one. I could put it here if I wanted to, but I'm going to put it here. Your village must start off in position 3. So we've got position 1, 2, 3. And there's a reason why which you'll see when we get to pollution later on. So this is actually a special card. There are some of the cards in the game are really simple. This one actually has some special rules. Every single space of this card can have a tree on it. Now, normally trees have fruit on them, but this forest is special in that it can actually have bats in the trees instead of fruit. So yeah, special one for this.
Right, I want to get a tree. I want to get some. I can't afford that one. Oh no, that gives me a gold.
These the terrain cards are always free, and in fact, you get something else for going there.
So if I go there, I can get a tree with a fruit. That's quite good. And I can hold various kinds of things on it, so that's good as well. So let's go there. That gets me a tree and a fruit. And the tree and the fruit can go. Let's put it there. Tree and the fruit go on.
Yeah, so these icons on the cards don't show fruit because fruit goes on the trees. So you have to put a tree on there first, and then the tree can have the fruit.
So that was worth -2 victory points.
It is. It's a good card, but it's actually worth -2 victory points.
Getting a different one.
You're going to take a different one.
I want more trees. So that one can only take. This one can't take any trees.
Yeah, every single one of these cards is worth points at the end of the game. So this card that I took here is really good, but it's not worth any points.
If I go there, I can take more trees. But I'll need to take another action to get some trees. So there are some actions to get trees. So I'll take this one. That gets me.
So you take that one instead. You get the gold instead of the tree with the fruit.
So let's put that.
Okay, Rob.
I don't seem to have any choice but to go for this one then. Well,
There is this, so there is a space here
Oh, right.
where you gain a tree and you get the random top card from the deck.
Interesting.
So if that one is not something that you want,
Yeah, I don't really understand the implication. I mean, it's nice to have an extra space for a family, but
yeah, that's why it's -2 points, because normally these terrain cards don't have any spaces for families.
I think I'll go here anyway.
Okay, so you get a tree and you get a random card from the top of the deck.
It is an abandoned house.
So abandoned house is quite cool. There's a special rule for that one. There is a house in the middle of it, but there's a red line through it. That means that families cannot inhabit that house.
But bats can go in there.
Bats can go in there with a special
certain
action. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's it?
my turn.
Yep.
Let's see. To go. As usual with the UB Rosenberg game, you want to go to about 6 different places
With one worker.
with one worker. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go to this one.
So you get a goat, a bat, and a wild animal.
Goat, bat, wild animal.
Yep. So there's lots of things. I'm in the same position. There is lots of things I want to do. I mean, I don't have any gold, so I can't go to many of these places. Has that got a thingy on it? It does have a thingy on it. We like thingies. I want a bat and I want a wild animal for breeding, which I've got, but I have no space for another bat. I think I'm going to go here. I'm going to get the tree with the fruit on it, which I'm going to put there. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it there. Yep, that's my go done. Yeah, bats can go on a space with a trained family because the other side of the tile shows a bat. James has got a possible variant rule for this, which I like. That's a good rule, is that it's draw 2 and choose 1, rather than just getting a random one from the top of the deck. Yeah, nice little variant rule there. If you find that this space is a little bit too random that people aren't using it, then
There.
so a family
Family.
and a tree with a fruit. Rob, your final worker.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to get the wild animal. So that's a bat, a gold, and a wild animal.
So a bat, a gold, and then either 2 bats or a wild animal. So aha, that's good. Animal, tree, gold. So I think I'm gonna go here. Gain a family. And again a goat. Sure. Right, final action of round 1. Yeah, goats are the best way to feed your people.
Let's go
Oh,
here.
you're using it. Right, so this is a special action space, and it allows you to fill all of your uninhabited houses with bats.
I've only got
You've only got the one.
I wanted a bat.
You wanted a bat.
I like bats. But I also get a tree.
You also get a tree. Yeah. Right, so now we go to the maintenance phase. So we're going to go through this carefully step by step for the first round, if you're learning how to play. And the first step is income. So for every trained family you have, because they're trained, they generate 1 gold as a fixed amount of money for going out mining, but they don't generate any pollution. So Rob, you've got 1 trained family.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But the rest of us have untrained families. So for every untrained family, go on, you go first, Rob, because you're the start player.
Okay.
You draw a random token out of the bag. Now these tokens might have 0, 1, or 2 gold on them. In fact, not many have 2 gold on, but it's a population. Sorry, not population. Pollution. It's a pollution marker, and you have to place the pollution on your board.
Do these go back in the bag?
Nope. You put it on your board. It's a,
Oh,
You
it's a
polluted,
pollution marker.
you polluted your landscape, but you don't get
Yeah.
any gold.
And I don't get any
So we
gold.
show my board. I've got 2 untrained families. Yeah, about 50% of them are empty, says Brian. So I'm going to draw 2 tokens out of the bag. All right, I get 1 gold. That's the gold. But then the pollution has to go on your lands. Now, the way that you put the pollution on the land is you start from the top left, and you go to the right, and then you go to the next row, and so on and so on. And what you do is you first pollute the top middle space of that, and then once that's polluted, you move on to the next one. And if I had another one, it would go there. And if it goes onto a space with anything on it, it destroys that thing. Once all of the top middle spaces are full, pollution then starts on the top right space. Again, if this one, then this one, then this one, and so on and so forth. There is no way in this game to remove the pollution. So once it's on there, that's the space completely used up and dead. That's the disadvantage of untrained families. You're 2 gold.
2 gold, well,
2 gold.
it's good in a way, but then I pollute.
Right.
So,
So that's step 1. Step 2 is you resolve the top 3 rows of your player board. So the first one is how many trees you get based on the number of wild animals you have. So if you look at the leftmost visible number, that says 0. So I don't get any trees. But if I had 3 wild animals, for example, I would now gain 1 tree. Okay, I don't, so I don't get any trees. But now we look at the next line, and the number of trees you have determines how much fruit you get. So if I have 1 tree or 2 trees, I get 1 fruit. If I had 3 trees, I'd get 2 fruit. So because I've got 1 tree, I gain 1 fruit. Now that fruit must immediately go on a tree, and I don't actually have space because I've already got a tree here with a fruit on it, so I can't actually place this. So this is an important rule. If you can't place something, you don't get it. And then the third thing you do is bats. So the number of fruit that you've unlocked tells you how many bats you get. Bats always come from the supply, so I gain 1 bat, which I'm going to put there. Right, if everybody else wants to do theirs, and you can do this bit simultaneously once you trust the other players to get it right. Any questions, feel free to ask. You gain a fruit, and then you gain a bat.
And they go back.
Yeah.
Means I gain 1 bat.
So you have 3 animals on your board?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, went wild animal crazy.
Right, okay. So that's that. The next thing is...
I got them here, here, and here.
Nice. Fruit bats that you've sent off into the night come back. We'll explain this more next round when we're going to start doing it. Then feeding. So the way that feeding works is you look at the leftmost number on your family track, and that says 3. That means I need to provide 3 food. However, every goat that you have provides goat milk. So I need to provide 3 food, but I have 1 food worth of goat milk. So I'm 2 food short. How do you get that 2 food? You look at your player reference card, and it tells you here what you can spend to get the food. So I'm 2 food short. I think what I'm going to do is untrained families can eat bats. So that's what I'm going to do. This family's going to eat that bat. This family's going to eat that fruit. So fruit goes back there. The bats go back to the supply. I'm all fed. Every food that you're short, you lose 2 points, which you record on this. You don't want to be doing that.
Do you have to pay? Are you forced to use the food if you can?
That is a very good question. Let's have a look. Feeding.
It's interesting because in Stone Age you're allowed to choose not to feed your
Yeah.
people.
You're allowed to feed inefficient. No, I don't think you can choose to not feed them.
In this game.
You can choose to feed them in a slightly inefficient way.
You must spend tokens to satisfy it.
Okay.
So should we all do simultaneous?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're 3 minus 1. You need 2 food.
1 minus 1.
You don't need any food.
Spend 2 gold and a bat.
1 gold.
So you need 3 food and you've got no goats. Yep. Okay. Right. That's that done. Next is breeding. So as I mentioned at the start, we look at this. If you have 2 or more families, you get an extra family. If you have 1 or more bats, you get an extra bat. If you have 1 or more wild animals, you get a wild animal.
I've got nowhere to
If
put
you
it.
have space for them.
Can't put my bat anywhere.
Should have eaten one.
So
you
yeah,
didn't eat
I think I'm going to eat that bat because the family's going to move into there.
Yeah.
So instead of, so I'll keep 1
Bat. And I do have a wild animal, so I get another wild
One
animal.
fruit.
Right.
So I'm eating the gold and 1 bat, and then the family comes in.
Everybody okay with the breeding?
Yep.
All done the breeding?
Then
Workers come home?
again, A bat.
Preparation, new terrain.
And then we remove any of these terrain cards that were not chosen, and we get new ones. And then we slide this action tile over to the left. So these actions on this central row here, they change as the game goes on, which is quite nice. And that's it. Now, start player didn't pass because nobody went down here. So these spaces down here are where you buy new locations. So there's 2 types of cards in this game. This is very important, and I've seen people make this mistake. These are terrain cards, and these are represented by a light green icon that looks like a card. And these are location cards. The difference is terrain cards is terrain. It's landscape. They're free to pick up, but there's generally speaking, there is no spaces for people. These down here, these are villages and houses. All of them have got houses. We have farmsteads, settlements, villages, and towns. These are all the same. These are all the same. These are all the same, and these are all the same. But these cost you trees and money. But these have spaces for people. These are also worth quite a lot of points at the end of the game. And the reason why I was mentioning this, we have an orchard that shouldn't be there, is whenever you go to one of these spaces down here, you take the start player marker. However, if somebody else goes down here, they will then take the start player marker. And it's the player who has the start player marker at the end of the round who is the start player for the next round.
A few of these have houses that people can move into.
We
but
do. I've got Iceland one.
a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
So the 4 that are here don't
Yeah.
seem to have any houses.
Tom has got a question. Were these 7 tiles randomised at the start of the game? The answer is absolutely yes. So you take these 7 action tiles, you give them a shuffle, and you put them out onto there. So every game will be slightly different based on which tiles come out, and of course which one of these come out as well. Apologies for the coughing. I'm still a bit ill. Yeah, I'll get over it eventually. Right, Rob, round 2.
Yep. Well, I'm going to do a similar thing that I did last time. But
Gain a goat,
gain a goat,
train a family.
train a family.
There you go. Nice. Let's just have a look at the breeding requirements this round. Okay, sure. Gain a tree with a fruit.
Tree plus fruit, and then I put them in my wood.
You're going to put them directly on the wood.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Indeed.
That's what woods are for.
So I'm not comfortable now with 3 untrained families going out and causing all that pollution. So I think, although
Could have done a bat action.
no, you couldn't. You need 3 bats.
3 bats.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, bat action. Are we doing the bat action?
Yes, please. I
Okay,
included
so
it.
let's explain the bat action. At the end of every single turn of the game, so after you've placed your worker, you may send 3 bats out into the night. If you do, you must spend a fruit and you gain a tree. Now, again, there is a thematic explanation for this that I don't fully understand, but if Sabine knows or anybody else in the chat knows the answer, please let me know. But what you do is you send the bats out onto this card. This is your own night card, and there's 9 spaces because you can do it 3 times in a round. They will come back in the maintenance phase. So again, it's move 3 bats to here. You're not spending them. They go out. You then spend 1 fruit and you gain 1 tree. And that happens as a free action at the end of each of your worker placement things. So you've done that.
Yep.
The bats fly in the night.
Yes.
They eat your fruit. That's why the fruit goes back.
Right.
They fly off somewhere else,
And
they poo out the seeds of the fruit.
which grows into a tree.
And new trees grow, so
Right.
so you get another tree.
There we go. And that's thematically correct. So
Is it you?
it is me. I'm going to go on here and train 2 families. Because I just don't want to get 3 pollution this round. Even getting 1 is going to hurt me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the circle of life, but it didn't make it into the Lion King.
No.
That's good.
So we got a 0-point card
I
there.
get that.
Yeah, they're not worth many points, those
That
cards,
gets
are
me
they?
1 wild animal. I get this. It gets me a bat. Bats are great, so I think I'll get this one and get a bat.
Get a bat and
So-
hedge banks.
It's this thing here. Maybe I'll put it.
Rob, you can just take in your turn if you want.
Is that? Do you got a bat because there's an icon in the top left?
No, because of this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes. That's
So
I see now.
the bat can go on.
Well, for similar. Do something similar. I'll
Right.
take this one.
Get a wild animal.
Yes. Which I'll put the only place I can put it, which is there or there. So, and that's it.
Running out of space. Need trees. Desperately need trees. Oh, look, there's a tree space.
Then I can have a family
You can have a family and a goat.
and Das Goot.
That's goaten.
Goat me up.
So what do we need? We need a goat to breed. You can go there. 5 bats. Oh, I'm not going 5 bats. I'm not getting fruit. That's going to go. Oh, sad times. Yeah, I'm going to lose this bat. In fact, why did I put it there? I should have put it... Oh, no, I can't. Right. No. Okay. So I want bats and fruit. There is nowhere on the board that I can get bats and fruit. So I think I'm just going to go here and get 2 trees and a gold. Put them in my forest. Okay, done. Grey player could send out bats. Yes.
Yes, I'm hoping to do that. I've got a place for the trees to grow.
Yep.
In the hedge banks. That'll be nice. So I'm thinking, do I want to acquire the steep? I thought that was in Russia.
Possibly.
Maybe they have
So yeah,
steep in other
just
places as
Just
well.
look at my player board here.
Where's
This
that?
is a special card. It has this white line around it. This is one of the cards which has special rules. So it can have a tree on each space, but then the tree can hold either a fruit or a bat. So yeah, this is a special card. And I'm using a pen rather than Paul's pointy wooden stick.
Yeah, I'm
You can have
not sure about that because it's not got enough room for trees for what I'm hoping to do. So I can have a fair number of trees on here.
Yeah, so you've got a card as well with same rules as mine.
All right.
Yeah. Anything in that white area is a special kind of tree.
Yeah. So
Elliot was looking at yours. Yeah, so I'll just show you on mine. In fact, it's my fancy overhead. I think it is. Bear with us a minute. Let's just switch to the other camera. No, it's not on. So yeah, this is the card that Gray has just picked up, and this white line is around this middle area here. So these 3 trees, these are special. There you go. Yeah, there's all kinds of special terrain tiles. There's like a haunted house. What other ones are there? There's a few, and there's some special rules for some of them.
named
I go there.
forests, named forests.
Yeah,
gold
this one.
Oh, yeah, the
and
Baobab.
Baobab, and there was another one, wasn't there?
There was one we had in the last game, yeah.
so where shall I put this?
Rob, your third worker.
Well, so if I go here, I get a bat, a gold, and I can get
An animal.
an animal.
Yeah, you want.
And I can then do a bat action.
And then do a bat action.
Bat, a gold, animal, which I'll put here. A bat, and then the bats go and do a bat action.
So 3 bats go off into the night.
I forgot to do my
Yeah,
bat
do you
actually.
want to do yours? Spend the fruit.
Spend the fruit,
Get a tree.
get a tree. Doesn't have to do anything much at the moment, but
Everybody's bat actioning it.
yeah.
I go here.
So we have a special space. So let's quickly explain this space.
Spend the gold.
So this right-hand tile here is separate, right? And you use a different tile depending on the number of players in the game. The number of people down here show you the player count. So this is the tile side for a 4-player game. There's a different side for a 3-player game, different side for a 2-player game. This action here is you gain 1 gold for each terrain tile you have with that symbol on it. So you have 2 of those, so you get 2 gold. And then if you have
Sorry, I meant
Okay.
to go there.
so for each card you have with that symbol on, you can train a family. And then, and I was taught this rule wrong last time I played, but that is if you have 4 terrain cards, specifically terrain cards, the location cards do not count. If you have 4 of them, you get 1 gold. Now, while we're here, just a quick note, in a 4-player game, there are 2 spaces here. The same player cannot go on both spaces, which is what that means.
So I spend
Yep.
1 gold. Or no, I don't need to.
No,
do
no,
I?
no.
I
You
don't
just
need to.
train 1 family for each eco symbol.
I've
You've got
got
2, so you train 2 families.
2 of those, so I train
And
both
if you
of
have
my
4
families,
terrain cards, you would gain a gold.
which I don't, so I don't.
Right, I need a space that has a bat and a fruit. There isn't one. I have a pen, so I'm just going to draw a bat on here. It's a legacy game. So if I don't train this family, pollution is going to arrive and it's going to go there. So how do I train the family? So I could train the family there. It's a little bit... I don't know whether I want to. It's a bit... meh. Now, I don't have any space for animals. I could go down here and buy some of this. Ooh, I could. And then I would become the starting player for next time. There's nowhere else to train a family, is there? Oh, no, there is. 2 gold to train 3 families. Oh, that's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Tree with a fruit. Oh, but then I need the bat. Yeah, okay. The tree with the fruit will mean... No, it won't. Goats. Goats are good. Yeah, I'm going to go here. So I get a tree with a fruit, which is going to go here. And I get a goat, which goes here. Right, done. No bat action for me.
I'm so glad that you didn't go there because I was
You were going to go there.
banking on it because I've got 3 families that haven't had any bat training yet.
Right.
So they're all ready to go and eat my bats.
You would have got pollution there,
Yes.
there, and then there. It's not the end of the world.
Again,
yeah.
I don't want to create very much pollution.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
can go on this one that allows me to train families, 1 family per terrain. So I've got 3 terrains, so I can train 3 families.
So Sabine says if I can get another bat, I can keep my bat. But I couldn't because I didn't have the fruit. That's the thing. I needed the 3rd bat and I needed the fruit because you have to send 3 bats out and spend a fruit. If you don't have the fruit, you can't send the 3 bats out. Because they go out and then they come back and complain that there's no fruit.
Is that the end of the round?
I think that's it. So we go to maintenance phase. Step 1, income. So I'm getting 2 gold. And I'm getting a pollution. Anybody else getting any pollution?
Nope.
I do.
Rob, you're getting 1. You want to pick first?
Thank you.
You are start player.
Shall we do this in parallel?
Yeah, if everybody's happy doing it on their own.
I'm getting 3 golds.
So my pollution is 1 gold. Then unfortunately, that bat is an X-bat. Right, wild animals, trees and fruit. You know how that works?
So I gain a tree.
You gain 1 tree.
1 tree.
And
then
2 fruit.
You gain 2 fruit. And then you gain 1 bat.
3 fruit.
1 bat.
So I don't gain any trees, but I do gain 2 fruit. And then I gain 1 bat, which can go here.
The fruit bats, they should
So,
come back to
Fruit bats now come back.
Now come back.
If you don't have any space for fruit bats, they disappear back to the supply.
Food demand. 3 minus 2.
Yep.
So
Feeding. So I've got 5 minus 2, so I need 3 food. So I'm going to eat 1 fruit, which is 1. And I am going to spend 2 gold for the other 2 to buy pizza.
don't get to breed a bat.
One
I do
bat.
get 1 animal.
Once we're done with feeding, we do breeding.
Yeah, done that.
So I get a goat.
Turn workers.
I don't breed my bats and I don't breed my wild animals.
Put the bats on here.
Let me turn these over.
We can.
Good. I'm still feeding.
You're still feeding.
I've got to
Okay.
do 4 feeding, so one's going to be this fruit. Oh, I can eat.
You
I
can,
eat
you
gold.
can buy food with gold.
That's quite good.
I'm sure you're not eating the gold.
So
If you're watching this at home, please don't eat gold.
Yeah. I'm buying 3 pizzas.
Yep.
And eating 1 fruit.
Okay.
Done. Then breeding.
Breeding. You have a goat.
Yeah.
You get another goat. You have 5 bats. Nope. You have 4 wild animals. Nope.
No.
Workers come home. Preparation phase is almost done. Rob, you need to take your workers back. Round 3. Off we go. Has Orange bred the wild animals?
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
I haven't
1, 2,
bred
3,
mine.
You
4,
had
5.
4,
I've
so you've
5.
got an extra 1.
I haven't done mine. I get an
Did you
extra
not do
one.
breeding?
No.
Ah.
Uh,
So goat. Let's do these in order. We need to be careful that we don't miss anything.
So if you got goat, get another
Yes.
one.
Get another goat.
You've got 5 bats.
5 bats?
No.
No.
Have you got
All wild
4?
animals?
Yes, get
yes.
another one.
Get an
Where,
extra
where
one.
can it go? I don't think it can go anywhere.
No.
Nope. Okay. Right. Round 3. That was moved on. Here we go.
Okay.
Now I need some bats. I need some trees. Oh. I need everything.
Tempted by the bat cave just because of the name.
Bat cave is cool.
It's worth 2 points.
But I think I'll go with a farm.
You get a gold.
Yep.
I think we'll go mountainous.
So you get a tree with a fruit and a mountain.
Well,
Yeah. So definitely want. See, that's actually quite a good space for me, I think. Yeah, let's go for it. So I get 2 wild animals, which I just about have space for. I get a tree. And I get a bat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bat action. Send the bats out into the night. Spend a fruit to get a tree. Holy fruit eating Batman.
now I want to get 6 bats by round.
Yeah.
Ideally, I want to have. I've got 3 families,
You just
so
need to get 2 more bats. Easy.
on the, so those you can get bats there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, untrained families can eat bats. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't want to because I needed 3 to do that.
wild animals.
Yeah, once they're trained, they can no longer eat bats because I guess they've made friends with the bats and they learn how bats work.
So let's get here and get a shed load of bats.
You're going to take 3 bats and a gold.
That's how many I want. So where are my bats going to go?
Yeah, so just so people watching know, these are your feeding options. You can use a goat for 3 food, wild animal for 2, fruit for 1, gold for 1, or an untrained family can eat a bat for 1. They are your options. And yeah, nobody's built any of these locations yet. But I guess that might happen soonish. And you need these locations. These cost gold and trees, but you need these to store the families. And the families
When
are
I gained my fruit,
points.
I'd like to put one of the fruit on here instead
yeah.
because it doesn't take up a tree.
You're allowed to do that.
So I get a tree with a fruit on it.
Yeah, and a
And
goat.
and a goat.
I'm guessing that everybody's been forgetting to do their.
I'll do a bat.
Bat action.
I didn't.
Bat action. I'm doing my bat action.
I did mine.
So let's do
So you two are doing bat actions.
2, 3,
Send them out. Spend a fruit, get a tree.
and a fruit. Tree.
Ooh. Right, so we have our first thing. So you take the start player marker,
Yeah.
Rob. You spend a gold, you spend a tree, you get a farmstead. So farmstead has room for 1 family on it. Go orthogonally adjacent to any other card. Right. So if nobody else goes down here, Peter will become start player next round. Right.
Are you doing a bat action, Peter?
I will be. 3 orange.
I need more space, but I want space for goats. What's the breeding this round? 3 families, yeah, I got that. 6 bats, nowhere near. 2 wild animals, I've got that. So I'm going to need space for wild animals as well. So this savannah's looking quite good. Yeah, let's go to the savannah. I get that. I get a bat. And I'm going to put it... I don't really know. So I'll put it here. Right, done. Yeah, Paul wants bats. Definitely. Now I have space for bats.
Let's have a farmstead.
Yeah, so it costs you 2 gold and 1 tree.
2
And
gold.
you now take the start play mark.
This tree. There's a start player mark.
Peter's
Two
got it.
person. Thanks.
You didn't have that for long.
So do I want this to be here?
Yes, I wasn't expecting to keep it.
Problem is that means I'm last.
Hmm.
I might need to go here, just so I'm not last.
I'll go there.
Although those trees are giving me 3 fruit. 3 fruit gets me the bats. Yeah. Tricky. Right, Rob, your last worker.
Right, well, I'm going to go there.
Okay. So you become the start player. 4 gold and 3 trees for a settlement. So settlements have space for 2 families on them.
Sorry, Peter.
I'll get you back, don't worry. Like send my
Send your bats out into the night.
when you're asleep,
Yeah.
you'll wake up in the morning and you'll find that
Elliot is asking when breeding happens. So the maintenance phase are these steps here, very specifically in this order. Breeding happens here. So it's income, then your wild animals, trees and fruit, then your fruit bats come home, then you feed your people, then it's breeding. It's pretty much at the last step before your workers come home.
I've got to do my bat actions.
Okay.
Here. 1, 2.
Where are we up to? It's you, Peter.
3. Lose a fruit. Gain a tree.
Oh, I might get. Oh, I need to get. Ah, no, I am going to get 6 bats. Yeah. Okay, sorted.
let's go here.
Double trees and a gold. Do quite like the idea of the bat cave. It's funny.
Just so that you can understand.
Technically, it's called
It's a cave,
but it does have
but the
room
fact
for
that
lots of
it's got room for 9 bats on it. For those people who don't know how to play the game, scoring at the end is the number of bats that you have in excess of 10. So your first 10 bats don't get you anything, but other than that, every bat is worth 1 point. Go on, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take the bat cave. Was that what you were going to do?
No, I was just going to say you can score points for other things as well.
Oh yeah, it's not just bats. Yeah. We're going to put the bat cave here.
I haven't thought about scoring yet.
Right. Well, I want 2 wild animals because I'm going.
Basically, gold is worth a point. Your cards are worth points.
1, 2.
Then it's
3,
the points for
4,
your player board,
5, 6, 7.
and then bats. That's it.
So if I get 2 wild animals, that's a good place to get 2 wild animals. So let's get 2 there.
2 wild animals.
Let's put them
Right.
1 there.
Income.
Income. Anybody got any untrained families?
I do have one. Like the only one.
I've got one as well.
Or evil polluted. Thank you.
Wild
got one?
animals, trees and fruit. No,
No untrained families. Oh, score points for trained families. Oh, sorry, yeah, trained families are worth extra points. Thank you.
Okay.
I've got
At the end of the game.
At the end of the game.
And we also get the gold for the trained families now. don't we?
Yes. So I've got 2 trained families, which is 2 more gold. So have we all done our income?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Wild animals, trees, and fruit. So I get 1 tree.
1 tree.
I get 3 fruit.
bats.
1 bat.
And then I get 2 bats. I'm going to go in the bat cave.
Nice.
And then fruit bats come home.
And that's okay, one bat.
I have a food demand of 2, which I'm going to satisfy by sacrificing a wild animal.
Yep.
Um,
So we all done fruit bats come home.
Not yet.
And then feeding. So 5 minus 3, so I need 2.
Reading.
I think I'm going to sacrifice a wild animal as well. Got loads of them.
Yeah, it's kind of strange because later in the game you just don't need any more, do you? Than 3. In round 2 you need 4, but then later on there's no more than 3.
On their families.
Well, it's they give you the trees, and you use the trees to build these. These are worth points.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to sacrifice that wild animal. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Sacrifice the wild animal. Right. Homecoming phase. Don't forget, trained families can house 1 bat each. Yes. Thankfully, I have a bat cave.
So it's breeding.
Breeding. So if you've got 3 families, you get an extra 1. 6 bats, you get an extra 1. 2 wild animals, you get an extra 1. So family, which goes there. Another bat, which goes there. And I get another wild animal, which goes there.
I'm
This
still
rocks
doing
the
my
wand.
feeding.
Pretty
So
quickly.
we've just done round 3.
So you need 3 food.
So I could eat.
Gerald,
Could eat a bit of gold. Or I could eat 1 goat. Let's eat 3 gold.
buy some pizzas.
Yeah.
So we've all done feeding. Robert, you need to do breeding.
So I
3
get
families.
family.
Get family, 6 bats. Yep,
Yeah.
get another bat. 2 wild animals. Yep.
Yeah. Animal can go. Yeah.
Right. And we move that on. We are in round 4. So breeding for this round is 2 families, 10 bats, and 3 goats. I need space for another goat.
I think I need more bats. But unfortunately the 3 bat space is now no longer a 3 bat space.
Correct.
Uh,
It's still a family, 2 bats. It's not bad.
But getting another family now doesn't really do much for me because I wouldn't breed from them. I suppose I can, it builds up, doesn't it? But
How many terrain have I
Costs
got?
more.
1, 2, 3. I have 4 terrain. Ooh. That's good. Right, totally doing that. Unless you do that.
well, I'm going to do that.
Okay, so gain a family.
Yeah.
And then do you want 2 bats or a goat?
I'll take 2 bats.
And then do you want to do a bat action?
I do indeed.
Flap, 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 flap.
flap, flap, flap. Chomp. I don't know what the noise for making in trees.
Answers on a postcard. What is the noise that a growing tree makes?
Or I can't make the noise I'm thinking of.
Right, Peter. As long as you don't go to the space that I want to go to.
Well, I have a feeling I know which one it is, but I'm not going to go there deliberately just to.
Considering I just counted how many terrain cards I had and said, oh, I've got 4.
Yes. I think I know which one you're going to go to, but I'm not going to do that.
So I need space for another family and space for another goat. Yeah. Let's go. I've got to play a solo game of this soon. It's really good, and I think solo mode is just my kind of solo mode.
I'm going to go here.
So you spend 1
Spend
gold
1 gold.
to buy 2 families
Buy 2 families.
from the market.
I'm not sure about the ethics of that.
No. So I'm going to go here. So I gain 1 gold for each of those symbols that I have. I have 3 of those symbols. So I get 3 gold. And then because I have 4 terrain cards, I train a family.
Very good.
That's the one that I wanted.
Okay, there you go.
Very good. So I haven't actually got 4 terrain cards, but
Oh, and I am flap, 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 flap. And
Oh,
tree.
yes.
Get a tree.
Doing that as well.
So one of them.
Ian says that the noise a growing tree makes is I am Groot.
Oh, of course.
Very good point.
Yeah, yeah.
Lookout are asking, has anybody got a lot of empty houses? I have no empty houses. Anybody got any empty houses?
No.
No. Because there is this action where you can populate every single empty house with a bat.
I've got one,
Quite good.
You got one.
but it's not really worth it.
No, it's great when you've got loads of empty houses.
Yeah.
And you
like
go
if I
that
took that-
action and you gain loads of bats.
If I took that, then it might be good.
Let's go there. That gets me 1 goat
Goat.
and 1 tree,
Tree with a fruit.
Fruity tree.
Tree with a fruit could go there. Goat can go.
Are you done?
Yep.
Bat action.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Bat actions are a good idea. So let's send 1,
You can be still.
2.
Yeah, I'll go here.
So for each one of those symbols you've got, you can train a family.
I'll train 2 families.
And then do you have 4 terrain cards?
I do.
Sure.
Oh, no, I don't.
Did you want to go there?
No. Thank
you
you.
get the tree.
Yeah, it's specifically terrain cards and not location
Okay.
cards. It was a mistake that we made.
You can go there, you just don't get the benefit.
You don't get the extra benefit.
Yeah. Which is a gold, which would be nice.
You went there to spend 3 gold, you could turn all 3. Oh no,
No, that's not train. This is the train.
This one, yeah, spend 2 and turn
2
3
gold
gold.
to train 3 families.
That might be what the one you
I'm gonna take this a hit of -2 rich points.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the ruins,
ruins.
which is a super bat friendly.
And you get
place.
gold.
I get gold.
I'm going to go here, pay a gold, turn over these 2 families
Ooh.
to make them bat friendly.
Elliot Eagle Eyes has just spotted there's 2 icons on that
Oh
card.
yes.
I didn't realise there were cards in the game with 2 icons.
Wow.
It's a reserve. Nice.
So the ones that don't have that icon are the ones that have places to live for families.
Yes. Right. Is it me? It is me. So I'm going to go down here. I just don't know which one I'm going to take. And I don't know whether I want to take one now or I might want to wait. Might wait. See what other people do. Yeah. Oh gosh. Do we want to take one of these even? Interesting. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to get a wild animal. She's going to go there. That's going to go there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, the only placement specific reasons is if you've got population coming in. So my next pollution. Keep saying population. My next pollution is going to go here because you go from left to right in the top middle space, and then you start on the next row. So yeah, my next pollution is going there. In the bat cave. Oh no.
3. I'm going to go there to get 3 gold.
3 gold. Okay. I'll take 5.
Oh yes. I'm
Okay.
gonna go here to get 3 bats and a tree.
So every unoccupied house gets a bat in it.
And then I'm gonna do a bat action.
Oh, I forgot to do my bat action.
Feel free to do your bat action. As did I.
Does anybody actually ever remember?
I
doing
remembered
that?
once.
I remembered just then.
Do that one.
Okay, have you done?
No, I haven't done the bat action yet.
That's 2.
I don't know if it's
Am I free to do my
I think you are, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Us doing bat actions, it doesn't affect anything.
spend gold?
1
get
gold,
2
2
goats.
2 goats. Right.
All those goats get to go down here.
I'm going to get a village.
Get a tree.
So it costs me 7 gold. And 5 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go all the way back here. And I get the start play marker.
I'm last.
Well, unless Robert also buys a location.
That was my plan. I figured if I get loads of gold,
Yep.
then I can hopefully get one of these things.
We need
Now I'm last.
So,
You got the trees and the gold, so
so that's quite good because it's got 2 houses on it. It's got room for goats. Yeah, so that's 4 gold and 3 trees. I think I can manage that. 4 gold, 3 trees.
Or is it?
Right.
Well done.
Oh, we're all done.
Last
Okay.
bat action.
So that's
Oh, yes, I
three,
need to do that. That's right.
1,
Told everybody else to get him to do theirs.
2.
That's got to be one of the common mistakes people make in the game is forgetting to do your bat action.
maybe if we make it so that
Hey,
you can't
please.
take it
Oh, no.
if you haven't taken it. People
Right. We all done?
Bat action.
Right. Maintenance phase of round 4. Income. I have 1 untrained family. Anybody else got any untrained
Oh,
families?
no.
You should go first.
3.
Oh, settlement.
You got 3 untrained families.
Yeah.
1 gold.
Pollution-tastic.
Yeah, but I can handle it at the moment.
Any untrained
Oh, come
families?
on.
That
No.
has to
Nothing.
go-
Nothing.
12.5% chance of that happening.
Trees can go on blank spaces, can't they? If
If there's a tree on that card, yes.
Right, I need
I've
to
got
It's
1,
I'll put
2
the
gold.
settlement. I'll put the settlement over.
Yeah, I got nothing as well. It was there. And I get 1, 2, 3 gold. Right. Everybody done income?
Mm.
Right. Wild animals, trees, and fruit. So I get 2 trees. I get 3 fruit.
Oh, 3. I get 3 money as well.
And I get 2 bats.
1 tree.
Fruit bats come home.
Run back.
Fly, my pretties.
I was thinking of the Count from Sesame Street then. Oh, that is the Count, isn't it? Oh, it says that.
I think it is. Actually.
1 tree. 3 fruits. 1, 2, 3.
So you can't rearrange things on your playboard at any time. Obviously, when you send them out, you can bring them back to wherever you want to. You can't just move things around.
Oh,
Oh, what?
I haven't got anywhere for my new family to move into.
Ah. Right. Have we done fruit bats come home?
Yeah, and feeding.
There we go.
Right. Feeding.
1,
7 minus 3. I need 4 food.
6,
Well, I think I need to eat this fruit.
1, 2.
So I'm going to eat 2 fruit.
3, 4.
2 left.
Chomp a bat.
Oh, I've got 9. I need 10. We're going to eat a bat.
2 bats.
And we're going to buy some pizza.
1 tree.
Has everybody fed?
No. So I've done my
Oh,
bats. Then the bats come home, feeding.
Feeding. You need
7
4
minus
food.
3, 4 food. So
Take the village I paid for. Did I not take the village? Thank you. I bought it. I forgot to take it. Oops. I think I would have realised that when I was about to grow my family and didn't have anywhere for them to put them.
so
But thank you very much, Ian. I said I'd make some mistakes.
Family.
Yeah,
One.
bats cannot return to empty homes. So the when you populate empty homes with bats with that's the
Yeah.
only way you can populate them. If you then move them out,
1 gold.
you can't put them back in except
One
with
gold.
that.
Okay. Hopefully I haven't done that.
You can put them into these ones though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I'll
I've
get that
fed.
pig back.
Now we're on breeding.
Breeding. Right, so if you've got 2 families, you get an extra family. Thankfully, I've got a village that Ian just reminded me about. 10 bats, you get an extra bat.
Oh no, it's not pig.
So that
And 3
go
goats, you
on.
get an extra goat.
It's goats, not pigs. We're on round 4, aren't we? Yeah.
This is round 4.
Then,
This is the breeding.
oh, I shouldn't have eaten the goat.
Do you want to undo it?
Yeah. So,
So you
let's
need
put the
3
goat
food.
back. So I need 3 more food. So that's 1 food. And a wild animal. Oh, the wild animals aren't breeding now, are
No.
they? So I'll eat one of them.
So yeah, Rob's got a special card which is ruins, and the ruins has houses on it with a red line through it, and they are uninhabitable houses. But you can put bats on them with this action.
So now my goats can breed.
Are we all done breeding?
Yep.
Okay, workers come home.
These.
Set up for next
Probably
round.
not
So
a
those get
discarded.
discarded. So grassland, plantation, plains, and woodland. Start player is Robert. Off we go. Round 5. That's what you need for breeding this
I've been
round.
using this as my key to what I'm aiming to
7
do.
families. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I can get 2 more. I have a space for 2 more. Aha. Yes. Yeah. Not happy about going last. Lots of choices, isn't there?
Yeah.
More trees. When it goes breeding again? This round. And next round. And the round after. Sorry, no, round 5 and round 6. Oof.
At least I can get more fruit. That can have trees on it. It's quite useful. So I'm going to go there.
Yep. Get a
Gets me a
fruity
fruit
tree. And would you like to do a bat action?
I think I would. I
Okay.
think I would. So this can go.
Yep.
there. Goes on
Again,
each
you can be
one.
doing your bat action while Rob takes his turn. Robert is the start player. So Gray is the start player. I took it, and then Robert took it straight back off me.
I'll get 3 gold
3 gold.
and
1, 2,
uh, training family.
You have 4 terrain cards. You do.
Yep.
Right.
And then I'll do a bat action.
Okay.
So actually, I should probably take it off these abandoned houses.
But if you do, you can't put them back on there.
No, but if I take this,
Then they'll go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you've got space for the bats in other places, then
So-
absolutely.
I think it's a good idea to vacate them so I can do that.
So they can do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I should have consumed it.
You take the start player marker. Spend 4 gold.
And gain a tree.
3 trees. Oh. What to do? What to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm going to go here. Spend the gold. I'm going to get 2 more families.
Wow.
So many untrained families.
Mm.
It's quite scary.
Mm. So
And send out my bats. Yes. Flap, flap, flap.
yes.
Into the night. Spend the fruit. Get a tree. Tree up there.
mm.
Where am I going to get all the food from this round? Yeah. That's the problem with growing the families.
Need more gold.
2 gold there.
Yeah,
There's
can get more gold there.
that's 4 gold for you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pity you can't train the fruit bats to go out and steal gold from other
Level
players.
2. Yeah. So
4 gold.
4 gold.
Yep. Rob.
And a bat action.
And a bat action.
I'm getting the hang of it.
I think once you've got enough bats, you'll remember place a worker, do a bat action. But when
Eventually.
you don't have enough bats, and it becomes something that you do.
And
rarely.
fruit.
Which one are you buying? Village?
Yes.
Gain
please.
tree.
Thank you.
Tree goes.
2 gold,
2 gold for 2 families.
2 families.
Glad you didn't get that. So I train 4 families and get a gold.
Okay, I was going to do a bat action.
1, 2, 3, 4. Got the gold, and then I do a bat action. Did you want to do a bat action, Peter? On your second go? Right.
I go.
Back to you, Robert, for your last action of round 5.
What did you get?
Oh, no. No. Backup plan. Yes.
I go there. It's not as efficient, but
Take the staff layer back.
I'm sure someone else will go after me.
We might.
So let's put this,
So you spend
Good.
5 gold and 3 trees.
put it up here. So 5 gold, did
5
you say?
gold and 3 trees.
And 3 trees.
And then bat action if you want to.
1, 2.
Did Red just place a tile on spot 0? Oh, you did. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
You can't go there.
you are correct.
He's playing with the Caverna rule, where you can
Build,
hang things off the end and get
Yeah.
points for doing so.
built this village in the sea.
So put that there, and now I'll do that action.
And then Rob, your last action
Three,
Ah,
this round.
yes. That's,
eat a fruit. Gain a tree.
that's
Tree
seven
can go.
families this round, isn't it?
If you have 7 families, you will get an extra.
It's a lot of pollution, but never mind.
1 family, 1 goat. Should be the name of the new Channel 4 series, I think.
Yeah.
1
Well,
family, 1 goat.
Wasn't that alternative rock band in the
I'm
70s?
Should
Well,
be.
yeah.
going to go here. I'm going to spend 1 gold and 1 tree. And I'm going to take the start player.
Documentary
I
about
thought
Mongolian
somebody
farmers
would.
as well.
Well, I need space for my extra family that I'm going to get. Right.
Yeah.
So we're all done? Oh, no,
Yeah.
bat action. No bat action. Right. Okay. So income. I think all of my families are now trained. I have 7 of them, and they're all trained. I get 7 gold. Anybody need any pollution?
No, please, sorry.
4, please.
You've got 4.
4.
I feel very guilty.
Yeah.
So the first one goes here.
Yeah.
And then it goes there, and then there,
One
and then
gold.
there.
Dead pig.
2 pollution.
Did you get any good gold?
No.
So this one here has recently
Yes.
been placed.
So it has to go there.
it gets.
No. Yes.
And this one here.
Both of these are gold, by the way.
Okay.
So 2 gold. And this dies.
Dead pig.
Right.
Mm.
Everybody done income?
I get 3 for these as well.
And
And then
gold
we've
for
got
your
3
trained
trained
families.
families.
Yes.
Does anyone
Right.
else see pollution?
No.
Wild animals.
We're all
They-
trained here.
they
So
say
wild
pollution.
animals, trees, and fruit. So I get 2 trees,
2 fruit.
get 4 fruit,
1 bat.
and I get 2 bats. And then fruit bats come home. Right. Feeding. I need 9 food.
8.
9. I mean, I have the gold. I need the gold to buy these. Can't eat the bats because all my families are trained. So it's going to be 2 fruit. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or start eating goats, I think. So I can claim the milk and then use them to pay
Yeah.
for feeding.
I'm just going to buy 5 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, done 9. It's expensive, but I think that's what I'm going to do.
Let's eat 1 goat. I've got
Which is
2
3 food.
more.
Yeah.
2 more. So maybe another goat.
Don't know, it's breeding.
Yeah, once we've all fed, this is
Yeah,
breeding.
let's eat another goat.
So 7 families, 2 wild animals, 2 goats. So I get extra family, extra wild animal.
So if I eat too
Oh.
much food, I don't get any change.
Correct.
But that's still probably worth doing because the alternative, I don't want to eat the fruits. The wild animals, maybe. Yeah, I'll eat a goat. It's wasteful, but never mind.
I might have to do one thing.
Don't forget to take back your meeples.
Wait a minute, I took 5, 6. Oh, I only took 5.
What, train families?
Yeah. I should have had another gold.
Yeah, I should have used this instead. Of that goat, if you don't mind.
Okay.
But I'll have to pay one more.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. So
You got any breeding?
no, so I
Okay.
haven't got the family one, but I've got
2 wild animals and 2 goats.
Yeah.
Are you doing your breeding, Rob?
I've done my breeding, yeah.
So,
goat on
round 6. I am the start player. And I'm not sure what I want to do. To get the family growth in round 7, you need 12 families. I don't think I'm going to get 12 families. I've got 8 at the moment. I mean, I could get that many. It's probably worth a lot of points, but the food situation is starting to become a little bit of a problem. So, and I have no space for any families this round, so I need somewhere that can take a family, which is probably one of these. Yeah, there's lots of options. Not really. No, I don't have space for trees. How many is that worth to me? 1, 2, 4. It's worth 4, so that's 4 gold and train a family. Yeah, let's do that. 4 gold, train a family. Easy. Done. Oh, and flat. Spend the fruit, get a tree. Oh, there you go. Yeah, definitely want to play the solo game of this because it's got solo challenges as well. So lots of different objectives. Very good. Okay, right. James is asking, why use gold to feed your people? That's a VP's fruit. Yeah, so gold is worth points at the end of the game. Yeah, you're right. Why use gold to feed your people when I could have used fruit? Well, I wanted 3 fruit so that I could do a bat action 3 times and get 3 trees. But yeah, since gold is worth points at the end of the game, you probably don't want to be spending gold
yeah.
to feed your people because,
Yeah.
because wild animals are not actually worth that many points at the end of the game. Yeah, I possibly should have saved my gold and bought all this. But I'm now only on 9 gold. And that is a really nice card.
I'll go there to get 4 gold.
4 gold. Roll.
3 trains, 1 gold.
3 train families and a gold.
And a bat action.
And the bat action.
Yeah, bat actions.
Thanks for reminding me.
Take food. Take the food off here, I think. Tree.
There's no point doing that because I don't get a tree because I've got all my trees. So
Okay, so could go there. Don't know if that's worth it. I mean, these are worth points as well, aren't they? But it's an action that gets 3 points. So I think timing. I think I'm going to go here. I get a fruit tree. And I get a goat. And then I'm going to do a bat action. Which can go there. Right.
I go. Go there. 4 gold.
Oh, the game is just about available now in
3
Canada.
trees.
Excellent.
So,
3 trees and 4 gold.
yeah, I paid the 4 gold. Thank you. 1, 2, 3.
Shuffle it this way a bit, just so we keep it all on camera.
All right.
Probably going to have to do the same. It's a good game for this size table for a 4-player. It just about all fits on.
Done. I won't keep.
Yep, bat action.
Oh, where are Lookout Spieler based?
1, 2,
Germany.
Germany, because they're saying they've got some copies left.
Okay,
So how much is it?
I'm not sure.
Lookout Spieler can. Of course, we'd have to import it into.
We'd have to import it. Yeah, shipping to the UK is horrible.
For reasons that we're not allowed to say.
But it's distributed by Asmodee.
Okay.
Because Lookout are part of the Asmodee group. So Asmodee will be doing the distribution in the UK.
So has it been in the UK yet?
I'm not sure.
Are these all copies that came from
This came from Essenspiel. So yeah, if anybody is in the UK and knows, is this available? Can you buy it from Games Law or other shops?
When will it be available and how much?
Yeah, when will it be available?
I imagine a lot of people will want to buy it simply because it's Uwe Rosenberg.
It's Uwe Rosenberg.
And he's like one of the best designers around.
Yeah.
And it is really good. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's just copying or reinventing anything.
I have things to say about that at the end
You
when we
do?
talk about it.
Okay.
Yes.
I've gone there.
Okay, and you got some stuff.
So me. Curse you.
Bat action.
That action. 5 gold and 3 trees.
5 gold and 3 trees.
Steals the start player.
2. And I got that the wrong way round because I could have used the bat action to get a tree last time, but I'd run out of trees. Now I've got trees. 3 and a fruit.
The population is growing this round, so I need space. Yeah, I mistimed it, didn't I? Absolutely mistimed it. But how many trained people have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 trained people, so that's 8 gold that I'm going to get. So I think I can afford to buy a village. And I'll have the start player marker. Gold. Start player marker will travel. 7 gold, 5 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To buy, and I'm going to remember to take it this time, and I'm going to put it here. So basically, I've got a line of villages. Just
very nice.
one big line of villages here.
Very nice. So I'm going to get some more families.
Oh, it's in stock at Games Law. Thank you, Simon. Good to see you in the chat.
So that
What
can
did I
get
play
me
with Simon on Sunday?
1.
Cursed Court. We played together, didn't we?
That's where I work.
So let's go there.
And we played
Pay
Earth as well.
2 gold
Yeah. Spend 2 gold
to get
to
3
trade
families.
3 families.
Oh, to trade.
Yeah, if you want to
I
buy
wanted to
families.
get families.
It's 3 gold for 3.
Ah, right.
Or 1 gold for 2. Or 2 gold for 2.
Let's pay 3 gold.
3 gold
for
for
3
3
families.
families.
So 3 gold.
What does not give me extra points?
3 families.
Something does not give me extra points.
2. So let's put them there. And there and there.
You done? Bat
Uh,
action.
bat
Oh
action.
yes, I forgot my bat action as well.
1.
Oh yeah.
2.
No. I didn't forget mine. I remember mine. I'm slightly out of step. Yeah.
You sure?
Yes,
Because you
Right.
could have done 2,
Gain a tree.
and you've only done 1.
but I couldn't do the first one.
Oh
I
right.
didn't have any trees.
Ah, okay.
That's why I got it out of sync.
Tree
Right.
can go there.
Oh, arranging my housing in neat order. Right, okay. It's not worth any extra points, apparently. It should be. I'm just going to write a new house rule into the rule book.
Do that, and then I can gain.
That pig.
Mm.
So if I go here,
You gain a family
I can
and then train a family.
gain a family and then train it.
And bat action.
Possibly. I was thinking about it, but yes, I think I might just do that.
And then we're all done.
Gain a tree. There it is. Tree. Tree-tastic.
Right, we all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Income.
3 money.
I have no untrained families.
6.
8 money.
2 pollution.
That's the pollution bag.
Pollution bag.
Rob's entire board is covered in pollution.
You know,
So the next one is going to go there.
I'll lose a tree.
And then you're going to lose a tree.
Oh,
Well, I've lost a tree and a.
A white space.
I've been unlucky with
You get no gold.
gold. That's annoying.
But you do get 1
I get
gold per
5
trade
pollution.
family.
Which I've done.
Oh, you got that? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 5 pollution.
That was badly timed. Yeah, 'cause I just bought 3 families.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which loses you nothing, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, look at that!
It's a
That's
very
where all the
good
gold
draw.
is.
Come on.
oh all that gold.
That's better than pollution.
Rob didn't get any, and you got.
So you got 5 gold.
That's a bit game changing.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
quite good.
That's a big.
Not gold.
So middle.
Right, wild animals, trees, and fruit. Again, 2 trees,
1, 2, 3,
4
Trees.
fruit,
And
plus. Yeah.
space.
and again 2 bats.
1 tree.
And then bats come home.
Fruit.
Do you score anything for trees or fruit?
This. You score the leftmost
Oh
points.
right.
So everything you take off your player board is going to get you points.
Okay, that's good. Bats.
Fruit bats come home.
Then I get 1 bat.
Feeding. 15 minus 6. I need 9 food again.
Minus
Come
5
home.
is 10.
Spend 1, 2,
6.
13 minus 5, 9.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Bats on there.
8, 9.
Yes.
0.
Put a bat here.
Scotty's saying that it's in stock at lots of places. Prices range from just over
That's
40
come
to
back.
just under 60. So
Oh, that's
just over £40 in the UK if you look at the right place.
15 minus 3
That's
is
very
12.
good. That's very, very good. And it's definitely worth that.
There's a lot of components. Yeah.
I wouldn't have any problem at all. Oh dear. Probably means that my UV Rosenberg shelf is going to be stretched slightly.
How's everybody done
So
feeding?
I'm going to eat 2 of
You
these.
need 12.
So 2 of those is 6.
6. Don't forget your untrained families can eat bats.
Yeah. 6.
These bats upside down. It's minus 1 point.
So the number of victory
7.
points is the number.
That's visible. The leftmost, sorry, the rightmost visible number.
It's not that number down there, is it?
It's that.
This number here.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just telling you what's on that space.
Okay.
So you
So
don't
if
have
I
to keep moving.
eat 6 fruits, no, that's
That's
trees.
Can't eat trees.
Why not?
it's the rules of the game.
It's actually better
7.
to eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
7, 8.
That costs you 3 points than it is to spend gold. Absolutely.
No, than to eat goats, because goats are 1 victory point each, whereas
Oh, I see what you
fruits
mean.
are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let them eat goats.
Yes.
No, they're not going to eat goats. They're going to. My happy little goats are going to carry on gambling in the mountains.
10.
They've got
Playing
they've
poker
got
or blackjack.
they've got a blackjack table set up. So it's 13. I need 9, or maybe 1 goat is going to have to take it for the team.
Gertie.
Not Gertie. She
Florence, Flossie.
No, we need
Then I eat 1
Gertie
gold
because she
because I've
runs.
still got. Then that
Gertie
means I've
runs the
still got
roulette
9
table.
So 1,
bats.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep.
So I've got 9 bats left, and means I can do 3 bat actions.
Right. Okay. So we've all done our feeding.
1,
Right.
2,
Breeding.
3,
6 families, 3 animals, 1
4,
goat.
8.
Yes, I have 6 families.
My
Yes, I have 3 wild animals. Yes, I have a goat.
Am I going to need any of that fruit? I keep 3 of them, and then send 1 goat to heaven. That should just do it.
To the farm.
So that was feeding. So breeding. Has everybody else done breeding?
I've done breeding.
Okay.
turn your workers.
So this is round 6. So
This is round 6.
I get a family.
If you have 3 animals, you get an animal. If you've got a goat, you get a goat. And then we move to the last round of the game. It's going much better than the last time I played. I think. We'll see. We'll see. So breeding for this round is very simple. You've got 12 families, you get an extra one.
How likely is that?
I mean, I could go here and buy some extra families, but I don't think I want to. Right, my first action is to go here and spend all my gold and all my trees to buy a town. Because it's 13 points. That seems quite a lot. Oh, and bat action. Spend a fruit, get a tree. Start repopulating the forest.
Train 4 families and
Gain a
gain
gold.
1 gold. 2, 3,
Bat action. I'm gonna go do my thing.
Mhm.
Spend one more than you.
11 gold and 7 trees.
Thank you.
You get this. Not that this matters. It's the last round.
I lose his fruit, do I?
Yeah, I think you can get rid of a tree with a fruit on it, but you lose the fruit.
That's a bit wasteful, but worse things have happened at sea.
Throw it away.
Let's go here.
Village. I'm glad I did that first. I was wondering whether to or not, but
Yeah.
with all of that gold people have got. So now I just need to do stuff that gets me points. And I think this action, which allows me to put a bat on every unoccupied house, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bats, which is 6 points.
6 points. If you've got enough bats. You've got 9 at the moment, so
3, 4, 5,
that's 5 points.
Yeah.
6.
It's painful.
Oh,
And
and
then-
get some more. Right, okay.
I'll take 2 bats,
That's quite good.
right? And then I'm going to do a bat action,
Yeah.
and I'm actually going to empty those houses
So people can move into them.
so that my families or
Yeah,
whatever can go into them. And
yeah.
I'll spend a fruit to get a tree, which I will put down here in the
Right
town.
plan.
Once you've got lots of space, it becomes a lot easier. If you don't pick up the tiles to get space, you end up really struggling to do stuff. Yeah, it was a big move. I've only got 1 worker left.
Let's get a village. That's 8
8 gold,
gold.
5 wood.
Let's put it
Bat
over.
action.
Oh yeah, bat actions as well.
Yeah.
For those people that want to do bat actions,
Trained families are worse.
every trained family is 1 point,
Right.
as well as the points for the families that you've got. So currently you're getting 17 points for your families, plus an extra 1 for each trained family.
Mm.
One. No, let's leave that one there. 1, 2, 3.
It's the date, 27th.
Sorry, did you say there was a difference between points for trained and untrained families?
Every trained family gets you 1 point in addition
Right.
to so that
Gold is worth
1.
Right.
Every gold is worth 1.
Go here then. And I'll gain 1, 2, 3, 3 gold.
Spent the gold. Got the thing.
3 gold, and you can train a
Train a
family.
family.
Have I lost the first player marker already?
No, you've got it, but I don't think it makes any difference
Right. Because it's going to go.
because there is no next round.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't why I bought it.
1 gold for 2 families. Right, so I've got 1 worker left. And it is literally what is going to get me the most points. And I don't know because I've not been looking.
Oh, bat action.
Bat actions, yeah. That is effectively 2 points. That is effectively 2 points. That is effectively 2 points. Gold for every leaf. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 points. So I think that's probably the best thing to do. I mean, I can't see anything else that's worth that many points. So I go there and get 4 gold. Simple. Right. And then my final bat action. Done.
Final bat action.
Yeah, that's me finished. Yeah, 2
Three
gold and a bat
money.
would have been 3
Oh,
points.
Robert.
For 3 families.
How annoying.
Lots of families.
That's where I was going to go.
I could have still taught a
Yeah,
family.
that's what
I
I
could have
did.
done. Yeah.
One of those Uwe Rosenberg worker placement games, isn't it? But it's got a very nice feel. This whole cycling of the different.
Right, Rob, your final action of the game. I mean, you've got 2 families for 2
Yeah.
gold, so.
But this, if I was on 12.
Oh, you would have got to 12, would it? Right.
It was
So your
still,
12th
Bat
one.
action.
Bat action.
have I got any trees left? No, I've cut down the whole forest. Wonder if. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's whatever's going to get you the most points at this stage.
Actually,
Yeah.
that bat action is losing me points, so
Is it?
I
Right.
don't do that.
I didn't bother working mine out. It could have done, it might not have done. We'll see.
Well, I forget that.
So probably gaining 2 towns is. Training 2 doesn't make. Except, yeah,
I'll do it.
probably getting two more villages is the best thing.
2 more villages.
2 more
2 more families.
families,
That's 4 points.
but I have to pay more for
But
them.
it's costing you 2 gold, so it's a net 2-point difference.
Yeah.
Or you could just do that for 1 family and 1 gold, which is a 2-point difference, and less mouths to feed.
Yeah. Let me give it a slow down.
Or a goat and train a family is a net 2 points as well, and less mouths to feed.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of options, but they're all probably 2 points.
Killing all my ghosts is going to happen anyway, so. But yeah.
So I think that one might be the best.
Well, this one gains
Well, it's a family and a goat,
Yeah.
which is 3 points.
extra mouth to feed.
But oh yeah, it's an extra mouth. So that's a 3-point swing there.
Yeah.
But an extra mouth to feed.
Yeah, which is 2 food.
Yeah.
So.
But you gain the goat, so it's actually only 1 food extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's marginal. Yeah, family and a goat. And then your last bat action. You don't have any fruit. Peter, last action of the game.
3 points, I think, is the best I can do.
Okay.
So let's go here and do it.
Train 3 families.
1,
Yeah, I mean that helps with
2,
income
that
as well.
location.
You're going to send them up into the night to get another tree.
Oh, I think that's not.
Right. And then income. 1,
2, 3.
8 gold.
7.
And I get a pollution marker.
3 pollution.
Who was the first player? You, Robert. So technically, you should choose first.
5, 6, 7. 5 pollution markers.
5. Go on, how many gold did you get this time? 3. Phil, you
Not
could have
doing
finding
badly.
that gold.
Yeah.
0.
Oh, because he's getting it all.
Centres.
Yeah,
That
but it's
one
like
goes in the
10
middle.
10 points ahead of me.
I've done the
Randomness.
top middle, so now I've got to do the top right.
Have you done your pollution stuff?
Didn't have any
Could I have a pollution marker, please? One gold. Right. Income is done. Right, animals and stuff. Let's get 3 fruit.
Do fruit bats come home?
And then fruit bats come home. As long as you've got space for them, which I do. And then feeding. So I need. What do I need? I need 11 food.
15.
Right. 11 food. So
Let's come back.
I can get rid of 2 wild animals, and that's not costing me any points. What did I need? 11, 9, 7. 7 more food. 3 fruit is not costing me any more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Feeding.
13. I need 4 more.
23, 21. I need to eat all my bets.
It's just going to be 2 more wild animals. Yeah, which cost me 1 point. So I think that's what you do at the end of the game is actually
21.
get rid of the wild animals because they're not really worth any points, but you need them during the game to get the trees. Yeah.
So
And then breeding, no breeding.
So if I eat 3 wild animals, I need 21. 3 of them is 6. 3 fruit. Makes 9.
I will be sending you an email about Nusfjord Sabine once he's ready. Big fan. Covered it quite a lot on the channel. Done a number of solo playthroughs.
Couple of goats.
Very good game. Oh, I do play with a house.
15.
What's the house rule?
Uh,
Tell me afterwards.
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
I've got
It's a very
one of
common one.
these. So that's 17.
So that was feeding, breeding.
Do you have 12 families?
17.
Okay, that's it. That's breeding done.
So I need another 4, so I'll pay 4 gold. Oh, I could eat some bats.
Eat the same. Well, actually, if you don't have 10 bats, then you might as well eat the bats.
Yeah, so I've got.
Just eat 4 bats. They're not
I've
going
got
to get you any
4.
points.
I've got more than 4 untrained families.
Yeah.
Eat some bats.
Nom 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 nom.
Right.
Bats
so these
Do
go
not,
back
bats do
here.
not get you points.
Not beyond 10.
Not no.
If you've got-
not if you've got 10 or fewer. Number of bats minus
Yeah.
10.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Right, and you two get breeding?
Yeah.
Or Rob, you don't get it?
No.
Okay, so there you go. You got your last family out. Nice. Okay, it's final scoring. So gold. 13. Robert?
10.
Rob?
12.
Peter?
10.
Okay. Points on cards.
$41.
So 45 for me, 41 for Robert,
37.
37 for Peter, 35 for Rob. Want me to check?
Yeah, it might be.
18, 31, 29, 35, 36, 35. Yep. Right, points for all of the tracks on your board. So 3, 4, 21, 27. Pen's running out. Panic.
Oh, so we can stop here if you want.
What?
28.
28,
19.
19,
28.
28. Okay. Train families. 1, 2, 3, 7, 7.
10.
7.
7.
Bats in excess of 10.
1.
11. So 0 for Robert, 1 for Rob,
11.
and 11 for Peter. And nobody had any feeding penalties in the game. So final scores, me 58, 85, 92, 103. I don't know if that's a good score or not.
Yes, so far.
It's better than mine.
Yeah, so far. 51, 79, 86. 86. Rob 12, 47, 47, 66, 84. And Peter 10, 47, 75, 85, 96.
Oh, wow.
So we have 84, 86, 96, 103.
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you. It, yeah, I think once you get into the flow of things,
It does,
yeah. So
it does start to make sense, doesn't it?
let's give our thoughts. Who wants to go first with their thoughts?
Maybe in reverse order of the scores.
Sure, Rob.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I think it plays like several other Ufo Rosenberg games, I guess. I didn't like the randomness on the
Yeah,
on the pollution marker.
yeah. You were very unlucky in that
Yeah.
you drew 10 tiles and got maybe 1 gold.
Hmm.
Robert drew 10 tiles and got like 7 gold.
Yeah.
That randomness there
Mm.
was the difference between you two. So, and if you two were the winning scores, it is unnecessary randomness in an otherwise strategy game about choices. But I can see why it's in there. It makes you want to train the families more, but you want to train the families anyway. So yeah, I get that.
The game length would be a bit shorter, maybe once you played it a couple more times.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
For the game length, I think it's really
I mean,
nice.
Yeah.
you could very easily house rule that.
You can take out the 2 golds for a start. You could just take out the 2 golds out of there, so it's either 1 or 0. That
Yeah.
I'd feel more comfortable.
Or you
with
could
that.
just say that every second pollution was a gold.
Yeah. You could just remove the randomness completely and say
So there's
the
three
second
options.
pollution marker that you place is worth a gold. There you go. So you can easily house rule that if you're not comfortable with the randomness. And I'd be more than happy to do that if we played again, because I also like reducing that level of randomness. Other than that, any other quick thoughts?
Not really, no.
Well, it feels different enough
Hang on.
from.
Rob's
I'm
next.
sorry.
All right,
No,
I found
you go.
I really enjoyed the game. I think it's a great game. I was noticing that it was taking me a bit of time. Like I was always the last with doing these things in the maintenance phase, and the fact that these things, like the different places I could put bats. So if I put a bat there, I can put bats there.
Yes.
And there. I can put bats there. So working out where to put things, I was trying to make good decisions about where to put things, but that did slow me down.
I
because,
was
every new card you get gives you new choices of where to put your stuff.
after round 3, I was spending 0 brain power in working out where to put stuff
Right.
because I always had enough space.
Right.
So it wasn't even a factor. I just literally just put stuff where I put it, because I always knew. I mean, sure, I bought the cards for the things that I needed space for. So I bought these when I needed space for the families. When I needed more goats, I bought the card up there. But once I bought the cards, I just put stuff here. But that's because I was buying a lot of these cards.
There was one thing I thought, the player order was really, really important, wasn't it? I think for grabbing stuff that you need.
Yes and no. Depends on the spaces. So one of the
I felt I was a bit lucky that you took first player because that made me
Your
second player.
Yeah.
So I didn't work for that,
No.
but I got it, and
So-
that did help me.
One of the criticisms that I've heard about this game, which is a criticism that I don't agree with, because I don't think it's a criticism, I think it's a comment. But some people have commented and criticised the game because this isn't as tight as some other worker placement games. And I disagree with that being a criticism. I think that's by design, and therefore it's not a criticism. The game isn't bad because you always have loads of options. But
So it's a bit more like Caverna, you're saying, and a bit less like Agricola.
a bit like, yeah, exactly.
Some people like games
So
that
it's-
are
yeah.
a bit less.
I remember playing this, I think with Nick and Gemma, or certainly Nick anyway, and Nick came away thinking this wasn't tight enough for him. So I think he wants his worker placement games really tight so that, oh, you've gone there, oh, I was going to go on that space, and oh, now I can't do that. Whereas there's a lot of actions. So if we just flip this board over, so this is the 4-player setup. That is the 2-player setup. and as I said, this is a criticism of the game which I don't agree with. What percentage fewer spaces are there now that we've gone down to 2 players? In other words, you've still got all of this in a 2-player game. The only thing that's changed is here.
Yeah.
So in other words, in a 4-player game, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So you've got 35 spaces in a 4-player game. And in a 2-player game,
28.
Yeah.
You were 26 when you got up.
Right,
here.
okay.
So you'd expect less contention in a 2-player game.
There is less contention in a 2-player game because there's 28 spaces divided by 2 players instead of...
But we were all over these.
We were all over
spaces.
this. I don't think that's a problem at all. I don't feel that that's a criticism of the game. I think that's by design that the worker placement part of the game is not tight in that players... There's still some competition for some spaces, but players still have lots of options of what they do. And I like that in games. I don't like the tightness of Caverna. I don't like my entire game is screwed because you've gone on the one place that I needed to go on.
There was certainly quite a lot of competition here, wasn't there?
There
And
was.
there was competition.
There's
on
definitely
all
some
of these
competition
things.
here, but you always had something else that you could do. That...
So if you're playing the 2-player game and you haven't got so many of these, then you're going to be doing these things more.
Yeah.
So that one will become, because it hasn't that spot hasn't got its competitors here.
Absolutely, yeah.
That will become a more in-demand spot.
Anyway, Peter,
Um,
you got close.
Yeah, well,
Only a few points away.
I think it helped having played Agricola last week and having played quite a lot of Uwe Rosenberg games, News Fjord, Feast for Odin. I've played quite a few times, and I feel that I felt as though this time round I got my head into how to do it, and as you said towards the end, that you need to you need the wild animals to get you the trees, and you need the trees to get you the fruit. You need the fruit to get you the bats. And if you've got that, and then you're just enough tiles to expand into, so that you're never short. There were once or twice that I was short and I couldn't expand a family. I couldn't expand a tree, and I think that once or twice that I couldn't do that was probably what cost me that little bit of competitiveness for those points. But otherwise, I felt as though I got it. I enjoyed it a lot. I think that the people I know, and I'm in at least 2 groups I know like Uwe Rosenberg games, they would like this. My only thought is it different enough from his existing canon that you're going to want to play this to spend your money on this if funds and space are limited, rather than something like, I don't know, Ark Nova or something? Are you going to go for this?
Well, let's compare it to other Uwe Rosenberg games.
Yeah.
So you made a comment a bit ago about, and again, one of the other criticisms that I was hearing about this game before it even came out is, it's another Uwe Rosenberg farming game. It's worker placement. You put things on spots, and it's just like all of his other games.
Yeah.
Did anybody, assuming you've all played Agricola, Caverna, and a number of his other games, did anybody feel that this was... I mean, how similar was this to his other games in terms of...
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, completely.
It's different. Oh yeah, it's different. It's not the same. It's not like a development. It's not like this is kind of 2.1 version of News. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's different. And it's different. But is it kind of as different as his other work is compared with, say, Terraforming Mars or Underwater Cities? Or no, it isn't. This is definitely a Uwe Rosenberg game.
Through and through. Yeah.
And I do like what he makes us do. He's got us having bats spreading poo all over the place to grow forests.
Yeah.
In Feast for Odin, he's got us pillaging the northeastern coast of England and whaling
the ground.
and whaling, of all things, and fishing. Whoever got that excited at fishing as when you're playing Newsfjord?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great that he takes you into these interesting places.
And as I mentioned at the start, he does the research and he bases the mechanisms of the game and a lot of the stuff that's in there on actual facts.
So what is he going to make us do next?
That's quite
I mean,
nice.
where'd you go after Batman?
I don't know. So my opinion of the game, right, to bear in mind, I almost cancelled today because I woke up this morning feeling really ill, okay? 2.5 hours ago, my plan was to teach you how to play the game and then go to bed. Because I was feeling absolutely awful and I thought, I can't do this tonight. I'll just teach you how to play and then you can run the stream and I'm going to go to bed. That's what I was going to do. And I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't because I really enjoyed this. This is only my second game of it. I think this is fantastic. This replaces Nusfjord for me. I like Nusfjord, but I like this more.
Why do you mention Nusfjord?
Because it's a similar weight.
Okay.
It's a 1 to 4 player game, and I think this is comparable in terms of weight.
Nusfjord's 5 though, isn't it?
Is Nusfjord 5? I think you're right. Yeah. But it's not a Feast for Odin. It's not a Caverna. Or it's not one of his big box games. So Lookout Games have a rating system, and this box says advanced level. That is not expert level. So expert level is the big heavy complex game. Advanced level is actually between family and an expert. So when you see advanced, it doesn't mean top of the range. So that's why I'm comparing it to Nusfjord. I think it fits in the same ballpark category in terms of complexity of the game, play time, and I think this replaces it for me.
But for 45 quid, it's an absolute no-brainer, isn't it?
I think so. I think the quality of the components is good. The graphic design is really good. The only part of the graphic design I don't like is the fact that there's a tree there.
Yeah.
And if they got rid of that tree there, because it's obvious that line gets you trees. I don't need that tree there as a reminder. And if it weren't for that tree, you could actually count the number of icons. The number of icons is the same as the number. But to be honest, that's because when I was taught it, I got taught you count the number of icons, and that's not right. You just look at the number. So it's a very, very minor criticism that I've got. The rulebook's really good. And as I mentioned, there's a solo game, which is my kind of solo game. So there's no complex Automa or anything like that. And there's a load of solo challenges. So, you can say, right, my goal is to finish the game with at least 40 fruit bats and 100 points. So it makes you play the game differently.
Wow, 40 fruit bats.
Yeah, that is that solo challenge. There's another one to finish the game with 3 towns, all 13 families, and at least 100 points. Now, I don't see how any of these are possible. I think they've just put these in here as a joke to keep people busy. Let me know if you've done any of the solo challenges. Let me know. Right, let's have a look at the chat. James is saying, does it replace Nusfjord base game as well as the expansion decks? I haven't played the expansion decks for Nusfjord. I've only got the base game of Nusfjord. I know there was another deck of cards that was released for it, but I didn't get that. But for me, the different decks of cards in Nusfjord just add variety to the buildings. They don't actually change the core game itself. So yeah, for me, this one replaces Nusfjord. The puzzle of finding space for everything with such limited actions. Yeah, John saying the puzzle of this bit, and as I say, for me, I wasn't because I was always buying the right things. But that's because I was thinking ahead. I was thinking, I know what's going to breed soon. I know I want to grow my family. I know I'm going to need lots of goats to provide the milk, so let's take the tiles that need it. So I didn't have to do that. But yeah, the way that all of these cards work, and I love the fact that he's got these. There's a few cards in there that are special, like the Batcave and like the Haunted House and things like that have got some special rules, and he's put them in for a specific reason. Because
I've got one here where it's the hedge banks. It's got trees in it, and the bats can live in the trees.
In the trees, yeah. Little things like that, just to provide an extra little bit of variability. So there's a couple of threads on Board Game Geek. Nobody has stated that they've reached the 120 points solo, because I think that's the main objective of the solo game, is to score 120 points. Nobody's done that yet. Ian says his best is 118. Somebody else has got 119. So nobody has done the actual main solo challenge yet, let alone the...
I like that he's done that, though, because I played at Peace for Odin, and the challenge there is just to beat your previous score.
Yes.
Whereas here, you've got all these other things to try and do.
Yeah. Solo challenges are good for making. Scott is saying that this is different enough from Nusfjord to own both. Yeah, I'm not going to sell Nusfjord. and I'll still happily play it again. I think for me, I just prefer this one. Johnny's saying he wants to see an expansion with more terrain cards and more action tiles. It's interesting. So more terrain cards, absolutely. You could easily have an expansion with more terrain cards, and that would be like a mini expansion of maybe a deck of extra 12 cards, for example, with some extra special ones. The problem with that is you end up diluting the deck. So you might end up with, loads of cards have come out with no trees on them. You could, whereas we've almost been through the whole deck. Action tiles I'm not sure about, because I think these are the right action tiles for the game. I'd be a bit concerned by changing some of the action tiles. I think they're probably there by design. So I'm not sure what an expansion would add, apart from maybe a few more of those.
My crystal ball is showing me cards with extra effects, a bit like in Agricola.
Okay.
That was a good one. How many bats did you get in your houses with that?
That was a good. I got 8 bats.
8 bats. That's good.
That's got to be.
I think it was 8 because I think I had 6 unoccupied houses, so I took 6, and then I took an extra 2.
Yeah.
So that was an 8-point move.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's going to have to be a feature of trying to get 40 bats, isn't it? Using.
I think yeah. You've got to get the houses. So you've got to buy these.
Yeah.
To get the houses, you need to use that space to get loads of bats, and then you need the bat cave, and you need to move the bats around to other places to keep using that space. It's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, we only got 21 bats.
Are the solo goals dependent on random gold draws from pollution tiles, though?
Don't think so.
No, because obviously.
But you can easily use that rule in a solo game. Yeah. Absolutely. In fact, I probably would. I like that house rule. So there you go. House rule to remove some of the randomness from this game is the pollution tiles. The first one is not worth any gold. Your every second one is worth a gold. There you go, and that reduces the look of the draw on them. Right, we're all done. What a fantastic game!
You could draw double the number. So instead of picking up 4 of them, you could pick 8 of them. And but would you take the best? Would you take the best?
No, I like that one. That's just no gold, 1 gold, no gold, 1 gold.
It would work
nice and simple.
well, wouldn't it?
Nice and simple. But yeah, thank you very much to you 3 for coming around.
Thank you.
We're going to have a great day today. We played Taj Mahal this afternoon, so if you are interested in seeing a playthrough of a game from 23 years ago, that's on the channel this afternoon. Go and check it out. Taj Mahal. Absolutely fantastic game from Rani Knizia from 23 years ago. And today we've done Atiwa. So yeah, definitely want to cover the solo game of this at some point, and definitely happily play this again. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, right. Thank you to everybody for watching, and as mentioned at the start, this is not a sponsored video. So this video and a lot of the other content that I create is only made possible thanks to the support of the Patreon campaign. So a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for making this possible. And if you are in a position to be able to support the channel, that would be very much appreciated. Patreon.com/gaming rules. I will be back next week with some more playthroughs. Some of them I know about, some of them I don't know about, but keep an eye on the Facebook page. And I'll be announcing on Monday what the plans for the week are. Until then, take care. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you again.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.